The Amazon's insane rise from garage to global giant. July 1994, Bellevue, Washington. To the neighbors, it's just another quiet suburban garage. But inside, Jeff Bezos is gambling his entire life on a dream the world thinks is crazy. He has traded a high-rise Wall Street office for a workspace where the desks are literally old, hollow core doors nailed to 4x4 posts. The air smells of sawdust and cheap coffee. There is no corporate polish here, only the hum of primitive servers and the frantic clicking of keys. To keep morale high, they've programmed a small bell to chime every time a customer makes a purchase. At first, the sound is a victory. Ding. A sale in Seattle. Ding. Someone in New York wants a paperback. But within 30 days, the chime turns into a roar. Orders are flooding in from all 50 states and 45 countries. The quiet garage has become a digital war zone. Then the sound changes. The bell doesn't just ring, it screams. A continuous, frantic beep that vibrates against the plywood desks. The servers, pushed beyond their limits, begin to trail thin wisps of gray smoke. The system is failing. Jeff looks at the glowing monitors, then at the staggering mountain of unboxed books spilling across the floor. The realization hits him like a physical blow. They have the customers, but they have no way to reach them. No logistics, no shipping system, no plan. As the servers hiss and the bell rings relentlessly, the world's biggest bookstore is about to drown in its own success before it even survives month 2. The orders are flooding in, but the exits are blocked. Amazon's real enemy rose in episode 2. Stay tuned. 1997. Amazon goes public at $18 a share. But as the champagne pops in Seattle, the big boys are sharpening their blades. Barnes & Noble, the undisputed titan of retail, has seen enough. They strike first with a massive lawsuit, aiming to strip the upstart of its title, Earth's largest bookstore. This isn't just a legal battle, it's a corporate hit job. The giant is launching its own website, a platform built for one purpose: to bury Amazon for good. Inside the office, panic starts to set in. But Jeff Bezos remains eerily calm. He tells his team, "Don't fear our competitors. They won't send us money. Fear our customers." It's a bold philosophy, but reality is much colder. The day the Barnes & Noble Amazon killer goes live, the monitors in Seattle go quiet. For the first time in history, Amazon's traffic doesn't just stall. It begins a terrifying, steady plummet. The giant has finally swung its sword, and the world's largest bookstore is bleeding. What follows Amazon's fall, Episode 3, has the answer to that. The year 2000. The digital gold rush is over. The tech bubble hasn't just burst, it has vaporized. Across the country, billion-dollar empires are vanishing overnight, and the world is certain that Amazon is next on the list. The numbers are staggering. Amazon's stock price has plummeted from over $100 to a measly $6. The media is ruthless, mocking the company with a new nickname, Amazon.Toast. With hundreds of millions of dollars bleeding out every year, the cash reserves are drying up, and the creditors are finally circling like vultures. But in the middle of the massacre, Jeff Bezos makes a move that defies every rule of business. He decides to open the gates, allowing outside rivals to sell their products directly on Amazon's own pages. The board is horrified. To them, he isn't just taking a risk, he's handing the keys to the kingdom to the very people trying to kill them. Is this a masterstroke of survival? Or has the pressure finally pushed Jeff over the edge? I bet you don't want to miss the next episode. 2002. The Amazon.Toast headlines are still fresh. After years of brutal losses, the pressure from investors has reached a fever pitch. Jeff Bezos issues a mandate that sounds like a joke, but it's a life or death order. The company must turn a profit. even if it is only a single penny. While the accountants scramble to save every cent, a small rogue team of engineers is tucked away in a corner, working on a secret project. They aren't selling books. They're trying to rent out Amazon's brains, its massive server infrastructure to other companies. It's a radical pivot, a digital skeleton that could change everything. If it doesn't bankrupt them first, the impossible happens. The books close with a 1-cent profit, but before the celebration can start, the monitors go black. A massive system failure wipes the website off the internet for hours. In the frantic silence of the blackout, Jeff realizes their internal tech isn't just a tool, it's their greatest product. But the board is furious. To them, cloud computing isn't the future. It's a dangerous distraction that just broke the store. With these challenges, how did Amazon get back on its feet? 2005. Jeff Bezos stands before a skeptical board with a proposal that breaks the laws of economics: Amazon Prime. Unlimited 2-day shipping for a flat $79 annual fee. To the experts, it isn't a business strategy, it's a death wish. The math is terrifying. Shipping a single heavy box across the country could cost more than the entire membership fee. Analysts call it a suicide mission that will bleed the company dry. Within the first week, the nightmare becomes reality. Costs are 10 times higher than predicted. The company is hemorrhaging cash, one expedited package at a time. As the CFO prepares the final report to kill the project and save the company, Bezos does the unthinkable. He doesn't cut his losses, he doubles the bet. "We're keeping it," he says, eyes fixed on the room. "And we're adding movies and music for free." The board is frozen in silence. They wanted a life raft, but Bezos just threw away the oars. Is this a deadly move? Or Jeff knows better? Let's find out. 2007. Amazon is the undisputed king of the physical book. But for Jeff Bezos, success is a trap. He doesn't want to protect his empire, he wants to burn it down. He gathers his team with a command that sounds like corporate suicide. Your goal is to put everyone who sells physical books, including us, out of a job. The project is called the Kindle. It isn't just an e-reader, it's a portal. The secret weapon is WhisperNet, a wireless system that allows readers to download any book in seconds without a computer. The stakes are astronomical. Jeff has bet years of research and millions of dollars on the idea that the world is ready to stop turning pages and start clicking them. Launch day. The auditorium is packed, the lights are dimming, and the world's press is waiting for a revolution. But behind the curtain, the air is thick with panic. 5 minutes before the reveal, the WhisperNet system goes completely dark. It's a total blackout. Bezos looks down at the device in his hand. No longer a revolution, but a $400 paperweight. His cue is called. He has to walk onto that stage, and he's carrying a corpse. How come Amazon still made it to be one of the greatest companies in the world? 2012. The success of Prime has created a monster that never stops eating. Humans, no matter how fast they run, can no longer keep up with the relentless flood of orders. To survive, Amazon goes to war with physics. They spend $775 million to buy Kiva Systems, creators of the iconic orange floor robot. The mission is total automation. The warehouse floor becomes a choreographed dance of steel and sensors, where robots move thousands of pounds with millimeter precision. It is supposed to be the perfect, tireless solution to human exhaustion. But the perfect system is about to face the ultimate stress test: Black Friday. As the clock strikes midnight and millions of orders scream into the servers, the unthinkable happens. A single software bug ripples through the network. In the heart of Amazon's largest fulfillment center, the Orange Army stops dead in its tracks. Total silence. Millions of packages are trapped in a mechanical graveyard. And the guaranteed Christmas delivery clock is ticking towards zero. If the robots don't wake up, the everything store is about to become the empty store. But Amazon says these challenges are not enough reasons to give up. 2014. Flush with cash and fueled by ambition, Amazon decides to go for the throat of the tech industry. They want to kill the iPhone. But the Fire Phone isn't a revolution. It's a spectacular $170 million disaster. It is the biggest L in the company's history. Mountains of unsold handsets sit in warehouses, collecting dust, while the stock price trembles. The critics are ruthless, shouting from the rooftops that Jeff Bezos has finally lost his touch. To the outside world, Amazon's hardware dreams are dead on arrival. But while the public laughs at the wreckage, a secret lab is working in the shadows on a project codenamed Doppler. It isn't a phone, it's a strange black cylinder designed to listen. The stakes couldn't be higher. If this project fails like the phone, the hardware division will be dismantled forever. Thousands of jobs and billions in investment hang on a single question whispered into the dark. Alexa, are you there? Alexa reacted, but is this Amazon's best? We can only find out by staying tuned. 2017. Amazon has conquered the digital world, but one frontier remains untouched: the neighborhood grocery store. Jeff Bezos makes his most aggressive move yet, a $13.7 billion bet to acquire Whole Foods. The industry is in shock. The king of the internet is buying a brick-and-mortar dinosaur. The critics call it a desperate overreach. They say a digital brain cannot manage a physical world of rotting produce and human checkout lines. But Bezos isn't just buying shelves, he's buying data. Inside the stores, the culture clash is immediate. Employees are terrified of the Amazon way, an obsession with efficiency that threatens to turn every grocer into a cog in a machine. While the world watches the merger, a secret project in Seattle is finally ready. It's called Amazon Go, a store with no registers and no cashiers. Just hundreds of cameras tracking every move. As the first group of testers enters, the system experiences a terrifying identification loop. The doors lock, the screens go red, and the AI begins to misidentify the shoppers. Bezos' dream of a frictionless future just turned into a high-tech prison. What a great level of resilience the company displayed over time. Even this is not the end. July 2021. An era of building reaches a turning point. Jeff Bezos, the man who transformed a two-car garage into one of the most influential companies on Earth, steps aside as CEO. His focus shifts beyond quarterly earnings toward exploration, innovation, and the long view of humanity's future. What he leaves behind is a post-pandemic world moving faster than ever, reshaped by digital demand and global connection. The responsibility passes to Andy Jassy. The mission evolves. Amazon is no longer just about moving packages, it's about moving information, infrastructure, and possibility. From Project Kuiper's satellite networks designed to connect underserved regions to advances in generative AI that redefine how businesses and people work, Amazon has become the invisible backbone of modern life. Every day, millions of sellers reach global markets. Communities gain access to knowledge, tools, and opportunity. Entire industries run on systems built quietly behind the scenes. And within Amazon's walls, one principle still guides every decision. It is always day one. Because day one is not about size, it's about momentum. The garage may be history, but the drive to invent, connect, and empower the world is just getting started.